You're listening to the 24K Life on Vibe106.com, the home of old school, new school, R&B, Motown, hip hop, 90s, 80s, and so much more. Simply the best music 24/7. We are in the study of the Vibe House, where we talk wealth, wellness, wisdom, and walking boldly in your purpose every Sunday at 2:30 p.m. I'm your host, Derick Gant, and around here, we don't chase mediocrity. We dominate and walk in our divinity. This show is about living the 24K life, mastering your mind, your money, your body, and your soul to live boldly and unapologetically at your highest level. I hope you're ready to lock in. You know what? I personally believe that everyone wants greater, but very few are willing to do the work that it takes to get there. They don't want to fight. They don't want to do extra. But building an empire, building your destiny takes discipline and consistency. So today, we are going to pick back up on last week's conversation about going from your piggy bank to your portfolio and how to start your first investments. You know what? It's an important measure to help you elevate your game and go beyond. You know, the 24K Life Code is not just about my lifestyle. It's actually my standard. It is the gold standard on living a quality life. It's how I make my decisions. My code helps me dictate quickly if I should say yes to something, if I should say no to something else. So it is a code that I live by that helps me quickly and easily see if anything that I'm doing or going to do or thinking about doing is in alignment with my purpose, with my destiny, and with my brand.
I'm sure you've heard the news. Financial freedom is within your reach, thanks to Derick Gant. With over 25 years of experience, Derick's 24K life philosophy transforms everyday challenges into stepping stones for success. Imagine mastering your finances, setting and crushing your goals, and shifting your mindset to elite levels. Derick empowers you with tools for financial freedom and measurable results. His strategies are crafted to ensure you live the life you've always dreamed of. From his book to engaging workshops and online content, Derick's insights are designed just for you. Start your journey today and turn your aspirations into achievements. Visit DerickGant.com. It's time to live your 24K life. Are you ready?
Every one of us were born with a gift, with a purpose, with a destiny. And that destiny that's in our soul, it's in the essence of our DNA. It is our genetic code. You know what? We just have to tap into it. We have to lock in, unlock that code, and then begin to live and practice by that on a daily basis. It is only on a daily basis that you're going to live the ultimate fruits of your labor, of your destiny. You know, we want to give a shout out to our listeners. You know, we've been getting lots of text messages over the last few weeks, and we're really excited about that. We are really excited about Vanessa in Texas, about Justin in Toledo, about Jessica in Toledo. We have some listeners from Indianapolis. They didn't leave their name, but they said, hey, I'm from Indy. I'm listening. I'll tell you what. This is an exciting time for those that are really, truly looking to elevate and escalate where you are quickly. We also want to give a special shout out to Dr. Dwight Reynolds in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Appreciate you listening and following us and contributing to the show. You know, if you want to contribute to the show, all you need to do is hit us up at 419-972-1922. And we are eagerly awaiting your input. That is 419-972-1922. Text the show. you know what? We're happy to put your questions on the air. We're happy to answer those questions. We're happy just for you to say, hey, I'm listening, and keep going and motivating us, because you know what? We all need a little support. We all need a little pat on the back, a little push from behind telling us to keep moving forward. And that's what I'm here to do. I'm here to pick back up on the concept of piggy bank to portfolio. That means, you know what? Let's stop worrying about pinching pennies and let's start stacking dollars. And once we get those dollars stacked, let's start putting them to work for ourselves. You know what? You deserve to have a coworker that's depositing money in your bank account. Wouldn't that be nice? You go to work and your coworker's giving you funds in your checking account along with your paycheck. What am I really talking about? I'm talking about passive income streams. I'm talking about, you know what? Yep, you got a side hustle. That is great. But most side hustles are still hustles. You're still working. You're still putting your hands and mind to labor. I'm talking about making money without doing anything, called passive income. And when you invest and you put your money to work, more often than not, if you leave the investment in a position to grow longer than 3 to 5 years, it's going to create additional revenue. It's going to grow. It's going to give you more than what you put in, hence the term investing. So I'm here to share with you that last week we talked about starting your own portfolio. And we went over all the things that's needed. And I'm going to give you a quick recap, like a super quick recap. And that is simply that you cannot start investing until you have an emergency fund. So my suggestion is for you to put up $5,000 to $10,000. That is the ticket. That is the entry fee into the investment world. You need to have been secured your personal household so that no matter what you invest, you're safe and secure. So the thing that I would say is take your side hustle money, if you have a side hustle, stack that up so that you can have that $5,000 to $10,000 on the side. Stack that up so that you can have an emergency fund. You can have a fallback plan. And then once you get to those numbers where you feel very comfortable, your financial foundation is secure, then I would suggest you start stacking that side hustle money so that you can invest in stocks, bonds, real estate. That's what we're going to suggest, that you get into the money game, because that's where all of the action is. It's in the money game. You need multiple streams of income. So once you have your emergency fund and you go to your bank, you find a broker, you find someone that is knowledgeable about your opportunity to invest, that's willing to work with you. Because let me be honest, most financial advisors like myself, we're looking for someone that has a minimum of $250,000 to invest, because that's how we make our livelihood. If you give someone, an investment advisor, a professional, $5,000, $10,000 to invest, they're not going to make more than $100. They can't take their family to dinner off investing that money for you. And I know it's not all about them, it's about you. But you go to work and you get paid. So that's why, if you wanted to know why investment advisors have these high minimum investment balances, is because they need to be compensated for their time. And a minimum of $250,000 is going to give them at least enough money to keep their own household running. And it equates to the time that they're going to spend researching for you, that they're going to spend the time explaining to you, and they're going to spend the time managing and reviewing your portfolio for you. So there is a reason, and it may not be fair, but it just is what it is. But I promise you there's a way around that. And the way around that is exactly what I was sharing with you last week. Once you start to stack up your side hustle money after it's reached that $5,000, $10,000, security blanket number. Once you've hit that number, and let's be honest, I really want you at $100,000. $100,000 will take care of most people's expenses, not necessarily their full lifestyle, but most people's expenses for close to a year. Maybe a little bit further, depending on how much your expenses are. If you spend $5,000 a month in expenses, that's $60,000. You'll be able to last a year and a half. And that's what we really want. We want you to be in an amazing solid financial position. But needless to say, most people really want to get in the game. They really want to get a part of this big ticket, the Bitcoins and the day trading and all of the amazing companies that are growing like crazy out here. They want to get a piece of that. They don't want to wait so long to where they have to save up $100,000. So I'm suggesting a minimum of 10. You have your 10. You're going to go open up a brokerage account. You're going to use your side hustle money to automatically get deposited into your brokerage account. Or if it's in your bank account, every time it hits $1,000, you're going to transfer that to your new portfolio brokerage account. And with that brokerage account, you're going to look at exchange traded funds. We explained them last week. If you missed last week, you can always go to Derick Gant 24K on YouTube, and you can check out the last episode and watch the replay. Then you can come back here and pick right back up where we left off. If you want to contribute to the show, don't forget, it's 419-972-1922. And by the way, I want you to know that this show is brought to you by Amin Poet Production Company. For your musical needs, when sound is all you have, visit aminpoet.com. It's AMINPOET.com. Aminpoet.com will get you straight and help you out. So we're talking about opening that brokerage account. We're talking about taking a look at exchange traded funds. We're not going to go back over that since we discussed it on last week, but go back and revisit that conversation. If you want to Google something, Google exchange traded funds. I like BlackRock. They have a ton of exchange traded funds in almost every index that you could want. Just automotive. They have just pharmaceuticals, just healthcare, and they also have the S&P 500, the Vanguard 500, the Vanguard 1000. I mean, you can get almost anything that you need from BlackRock. Now, I will say I get zero from recommending you to go to BlackRock. So this is not about going to any particular company. It's about understanding which vehicles at these companies you should be considering. So consider exchange traded funds. At least until you get some experience, at least until you understand a little bit better how the market works. That's going to be your safest route to continue to build a solid foundation. We also talked about dollar cost averaging. Google dollar cost averaging. Do your best to understand the philosophy. It's what most people do when they invest in their 401k. Every pay period, they put money into their plan. The plan invests that money into whatever stocks or bonds or funds that you selected, and you're buying a small percentage of the funds with that paycheck. And then the next paycheck, you're doing the same. And then the next paycheck and the next paycheck. So if you're consistently buying the same company over a period of time, you're going to buy it when it's low, which is going to lower your overall cost. And when it goes up, you're going to buy more, you're going to get fewer shares, but overall, you're going to have a lower price with more shares. That's why we recommend that you do a little bit of studying on dollar cost averaging. Again, if you want to contribute to the show, hit us up, 419-972-1922. That's 419-972-1922. And we will be here to answer your questions, help you out, and give you whatever guidance you need to help you multiply your money, because that's what it's about. It's not about being rich. It's about having enough resources at your disposal that you get to call your own shots, right? Why do you think so many people are so excited about retirement? It's because they get to finally call their own shots about their own life unquestionably, unconditionally. And that is what we all truly want. We want to give to the world, but we want to do it on our own terms. And that's what we want for you too. So last week, as I talked about going from your piggy bank to your portfolio, we left off with the exchange traded funds, but we want to pick back up on some other popular topics. We can pick up and we can talk a little bit about cryptocurrency. I don't, listen to me carefully, I don't consider cryptocurrency an investment. And the reason why is because, and I know I'm old school, the reason why is because an investment has inherent value. If you were going to buy JCPenney stock, JCPenney's services and serves millions of people's goods and services out of their stores. They have value because they have assets that back up the value of the price of the company based on the number of shares, based on supply and demand. And there just is no such value in cryptocurrency. It's whatever the market says it is. There's no building that it's based on. There's no asset that it's based on. It is a whim of an investment. It has gone sky high and it has gone sky low, but there's no rhyme or reason why it goes sky high or sky low. You know, if I were a stock and I was a company and you could look at me and you can say, show us your financials. And you can say, well, based on what Derick does and what he provides, his company's generating, $18 million a year. We want to invest in that because last year it was only 14 million and he's projected to do 25 million next year. We want a part of that growth based on what he's delivering to the world. But crypto doesn't do that. There's nothing to base the value on. And I just struggle with that. Now, suffice to say, I do own some crypto. Now, I'll also say I have a problem getting in my crypto wallet. I mean, I have the codes and everything, but it's very complicated. And I just need to sit down and take the time to get actually in my crypto wallet to see what those things are worth. But I bought them because I don't like giving advice on something I know absolutely nothing about. So I bought some years ago. Is it up over the value that I purchased it? Yes. But it's also gone up and come down and going up and come down. And we want to make sure that most of our investments, listen to me clearly, most of our investments are sound foundational strategies for wealth and for growth. And that we just don't have that in the crypto world.
Are you feeling stuck in life and finances? Introducing the 24K Life Code mobile app, your ultimate solution for personal and financial support. Available now on Apple App and Google Play stores. Our app provides online coaching with expert life, business, money, nutrition, and fitness coaches. With over 25 transformative courses, you'll master goal setting, time management, personal money management, and accountability. For less than $1 a day, you gain full access, 365 days a year, to the support you need. Join our thriving community, share your daily wins, and let's build your 24K life together. Download the 24K Life Code mobile app today and start living your best life.
Hey, it is time, right? Let's just be honest, it's past time for you to live your best life. We don't want to conquer the world. We want to dominate a small segment of individuals that are a little lost. They just need a little nudge in the right direction, a little more information on where they can put their money, a little bit more information on how they can get better rest, better sleep, better fitness. A little bit, we want people that are on the edge of cracking greatness, but they just need a little bit more. And we want thousands of those individuals inside of our 24K community because we don't serve everybody. Our community is about understanding that if you work hard and you play hard, that you will win the game. It's not all work and it's not all play, but you have to go after it. And when I say work hard, I don't mean back-breaking work. I'm suggesting working hard means you've done your homework. You are out here doing what's necessary to figure out how to align with your gifts, your purpose, your destiny, so that you can dominate, right? You've been in those moments and flows in life where things just seem like they were coming so easy to you, but they were coming and it was exciting. It's because you were perfectly aligned with who you were, who you are, where you're going, what you're doing, and how consistently you're doing it. That's when it comes easy. That's why certain players, entertainers, certain people make life seem so easy from the outside. Looking at them, it seems so easy because they mastered their craft, they've mastered their gifts, and now they're giving it back to the world. But because they've mastered it and there's a note out there in a book by Malcolm Gladwell called Outliers that talks about becoming an expert in your field, in your sphere of genius. That's in your gifts. It takes 10,000 hours. So if you've been lollygagging around, you need 10,000 hours to be considered an expert. I know I'm an expert. I've been doing this for 35 years. I've been helping people for well over 35 years. And I'm here to tell you that if you do the right things right on a consistent basis, you're going to win this game. Now, I call life a game, but you're going to win at life, right? Everybody has something different. Life is a bowl of cherries. If you're Forrest Gump, life is a mixed bag. Life is a game to me, maybe because I'm super competitive, but I'm not competing against you. I am competing against who I was yesterday. That is the only competition in the universe for me. I'm competing against who I was yesterday, and I'm doing it so that I can be better tomorrow. Future me is thanking current me for handling my business. And part of me handling my business is to get on these radio airwaves and to share with you the inside scoop on how you can build amazing amounts of wealth. If you use the dollar cost averaging, if you consider the rule of 72, if you understand the multiplication of compound interest on your assets, you're going to win this game. And that's what I'm here for, to win. I only play to win. Ask any of my sons. I got 2 boys, and they both will tell you I don't play video games. And the reason why I don't play video games is I can't beat them. I can't beat either one of them. It went so far as one year I bought them this game. I don't know, PS2 or whatever it was. I bought them the game. I brought it home. I opened the box before I wrapped it. I opened it, booted this thing up, played every night when they went to bed so that I could beat them. And let me tell you something. I was only able to beat them for about a week and a half until they just completely dominated me. So I stopped playing. They're like, come on, Dad, play the game. Because they know I'm not playing anything I can't win. And I don't care how old or how young they were. I was beating them hind parts. I wasn't letting them win. That's part of life. You got to learn how to lose, especially when somebody's better than you. And then you got to get better. So I let them beat up on each other because they were great at the video games. They were great. My son did the same thing with the piano lessons. My son could play by ear. And we were taking lessons together, and I'm struggling reading these lyrics and learning the keys and all the things you're supposed to do. And this dude was playing by ear. And we weren't competing, but I was trying to teach him a life lesson I couldn't teach him because he was too far ahead of me in the skill set. So I stopped playing. Now, I do regret that. So we had to be careful about what we choose to stop doing. Anyway, we talked about cryptocurrency. Now we're going to talk about day trading, because day trading, like crypto, is another well talked about and discussed component of getting wealthy, getting rich quick. And I saw a guy, he says, hey, I'm 54. And last year I learned how to day trade and I'm doing amazing at it. And now I'm going to teach you. If you're over 50, I'm going to teach you how to day trade. And I saw the commercial and I was like, wow, okay. But let me give you some statistics. 90% of day traders lose money within the first year of day trading. When I say lose money, I mean lose the money they invested. But let me go backwards a little bit and explain to you what day trading really is. So day trading is a philosophy that promises quick riches. It promises quick delivery, but before trying it, you have to understand what it really looks like. So day trading is buying and selling stocks, options, or crypto within the same trading day, because it's day trading. That means you buy it and sell it in the same day. You don't own anything at the end of the day. That's day trading. It relies on short-term price movements, not long-term fundamentals. Remember, we were talking about the crypto with long-term fundamentals. I mean, real value. So day trading is not based on value. It's based on trying to take advantage of increases and decreases in a stock position during the course of one single day. And often it involves using leverage. So leverage means that you are borrowing money, which helps to amplify your gains and losses. So what most day traders will do is borrow money from mom and dad. They will borrow money against the equity in their home, and they 90% end up losing it, which means they lose their home if they do that. And so they borrow money to trade during the course of a day, hopefully to take advantage of market fluctuations in the exact same stock. So if we were to buy a stock, let's say we're going to buy Derick.com, and there's got to be a lot of trading volume on these stocks, by the way, also. So there's a lot of trading volume, and for whatever reason, the stock's going up. So what people will do is they might short it and say it's going to come down. They also might say, well, it can't go up forever. It's going to click back down because of boom, boom, boom. So they might wait till it starts to drop and then buy it, right? It drops so much, they know other people are going to pick it back up. So they sell it, and then it start, on the way back up. So they take advantage of small market moves. Hence why it's so incredibly risky. So the market moves very fast, in case you didn't know. And if you're not highly trained, you're usually trading against an algorithm or an institution. That means that you're not really trading against another person. You're trading against a computer. And these computers move so incredibly fast, because even for myself, if I'm investing for you, I can set a stock price to be sold at or a stock to be sold at a certain price if it hits within certain, parameters. I can automatically tell the computer, hey, if this stock hits this number, sell it. And that's up or down. So you're competing against algorithms and institutions, which is, man, it is very hard to beat a computer. You're also trading against high frequency trades from often from, a retail investor, and they are definitely taking advantages. So you're a retail investor, you're fighting against other retail investors, and all the retail investors are fighting against institutional investors or the algorithms. So it becomes very difficult for you to win this game. There are always going to be some winners. There's always going to be some people that can take advantage of an anomaly. The question becomes 90% can't. So are you going to roll the dice and be part of that 10%? I'm not against it. I'm just suggesting if you do it on paper, meaning you don't use real money at first. And then when you do start using real money, use smaller dollar amounts so that you can get a feel for how this particular game is played, to see if you have the particular stomach to make it work for you, and consider yourself a novice with very little money invested. So don't think about the fact, or don't lose sight about the fact that anytime you make a short-term gain, you're taxed at ordinary income taxes up to 37%. There's also commissions and fees on each of these trades. Every time you trade in or out, there's fees associated with that. That's how the brokerage firm make part of their money. And also, day trading isn't a passive tool. You have to actively be watching these computer screens. You ever seen those guys with like 8 computer screens behind them or in front of them, and they're looking at 4 or 5 different screens at a time with all the moving parts? That's their day trading. They're tracking what's going on in real time. And it's going to be very hard for you to do that against an algorithm. Now, I'm not against it. I'm just simply laying out the risk for you, and I'm sharing with you, if you want to do that, you have to be very careful. Our philosophy is that day trading isn't inherently wrong, but it clashes with sustainable wealth building for what most people need. True wealth isn't built in a day, but it's built daily. You could take that 24K life code and lock that one in. Wealth isn't built in a day, but it's built daily by you consistently going out there and handling your business. Well, fam, that's my message for today. Abundance isn't acquired by chance. It's strategic. You can be strategic. You can win this game, and you can do it without incredible risk. If you have any questions or want to reach out, 419-972-1922. I'm happy to answer all of your questions. And if you're ever in Ohio or Michigan and you find yourself needing help fast, Call Out Today Bail Bonds at 419-944-3495. And a special thanks to Eugene. You're in the kitchen with DJ Jam-A-Lot. Hey, everybody, have an amazing day. Be your best, bring your best, leave nothing to chance.
Yeah, it's time to live your life. Derick Gant, show them how to take it to the height.